Hello and welcome to Zawadi Show, a show that will revolve around politics, entertainment, business and technology. My name is Mwende Mutisia.
The diversity of Kenya's population is reflected in beautiful arts and artifacts. Kenya's visual arts industry has been growing exponentially over the past 50 years.
So I think in Kenya, we are focused on, we're not focused on art. We usually focus on things like being a doctor, being a lawyer, but we don't consider art as a career or take it seriously. So that's why there are few courses that involve arts in Kenya.
Okay.
According to me, I don't think enough art courses are being offered in many institutions because when we go way back, when our parents were learning, there were art courses even from primary school, but nowadays we don't even learn art courses in primary. In secondary, you can only do it after. In secondary, there are very few secondary schools that offer art, and then now you can only do it in university level.
So art courses in our institutions are very few. I think that the Ministry of Education should make improvements on our already existing art courses and to develop others which would showcase our talents and maybe anything that our young people are passionate about. And I think that will probably encourage every young person or a student to focus on the major things that they're interested in into their passions. Yeah.
I don't think art has been embraced in Kenya, especially in learning institutions. Given the coursework that most universities offer, not much priority is given to art courses.
Despite the tremendous growth of the art industry over the past few years, there's still a great need for learning institutions to put in place art courses so as to change the perceptions of people about art. Reporting for Zawadi TV, I am Ian Obiambo.
Perception of art in the Kenyan society is that people are slowly starting to encourage young artists. For instance, I recently attended the Mask Award ceremony. It's an institution that encourages the youth to be creative, and one way they do that is to encourage them to participate in a competition where they submit art pieces, and then the called, if they've done really good pieces, they're called to be awarded for their creativity. So it was really encouraging to see the way parents were there supporting the young ones, and this the youth from the age of 25 till around 8 years old. Yeah, you'd see parents go to the stage with their children, and just they were so elated, and it felt so good seeing how parents were, supporting their children.
I see colors, the wonder of colors in everything I touch, in everything that reminds me of a way of beauty, a life of plenty, and every little story, in every crowning glory. A new day, a new world, a new life. I see colors, the wonder of colors in everything I touch, in everything around me.
The practice of art to most is only a pastime. It is an endeavor they engage in to fill up their surplus time. For others, it is an activity they undertake to complement their regular jobs. To them, it does not fill the bill of a full-time job. What is merely seen as a hobby or a side interest to some people, for others, it is the indispensable mainstay. Their time, resources, and energy are channeled to art and craft because this is where their passion lies. Hello, welcome to this segment. My name is Mwende Mutisa. Today we will be talking about art as a business. We are privileged to be joined by Patrick Mukabi, who is an entrepreneur in visual arts, mentoring young people to lead successful careers in art. Thank you very much for joining us today. So when did you realize that art is what you wanted to do?
Well, that's a hard question. I don't know exactly when, but I remember being young and saying I want to be an artist. And there were many other careers, opportunities. I think it's just when I finished secondary is when I thought, yeah, maybe it can be a serious career.
What inspired you to start it? What inspired you to become an artist?
Oh, many things, many factors. My primary school went to a school where art was paramount completely. The teacher used to use art to teach English, and I just fell in love with it.
When you were in high school, you know how people talk about how they want to be doctors, they want to be teachers. Did you know was your say that you wanted to be an artist?
Yeah, one of my things I was always thinking about is becoming an artist.
You didn't think of any white collar job at any point?
White collar job, no.
How were you able to take art as a full-time career?
I think it was just through trial and error. After finishing college, I decided like I have a certificate. Let me try first finance, and then if it fails, I gave myself like 3 years. I was lucky to meet with artists, work with many artists at the National Museum, and slowly from there, I just picked it up slowly. I knew it is a lot of work. It's not easy to sell a painting, it's not easy to show, but just by mixing with other artists, getting direction, information, slowly I just picked it up. Passion was first. The business angle came later because of necessity. Kilala and Ja, you feel like you need to plan.
Yeah, you need to have paintings at the JKI, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and Java as well. How are you able to build up a reputable brand?
One of the things that happen also is what I paint also is basically what we see every day. And then I also try and work with the positive side of life. I did not plan exactly how to become, to make a brand. It is many factors that helped me in that.
What motivated you to start an art studio?
Well, the studio space actually started like necessity also. I used to be at the Go Down Art Center and I was getting a lot of students because I do a TV show where I teach, I do a lot of workshops and people come to follow me to the studio. The space was quite small. So out of necessity, getting a big space, the railway came like a blessing.
Have you received any government funds, seeing that you have an art studio where you're able to mentor young people? It's more of like an initiative to mentor young people who want to get into art. I believe the government should be able to help because it's a mentorship initiative. Have you received any funds?
I have not received any money from government, and not only government but also donors. I have decided not to go that way. There are many organizations that depend on donors. And once you bring in a donor, they actually change your project because they have to know how their money is being used. You end up being an accountant, always accounting for this and that and that. So for me, deliberately, I have avoided that. The government should not always also depend. Is it Kennedy who said, don't think about what the government will do for you, but what you can do for the country. So for me, I go with that motto. I try my own sourcing funds and then help people, help artists. If an artist comes from Mombasa looking for me, I cannot turn them away. From Korogosho or from even Runda. It means the person has got passion and the work ethic. It is not easy. The budget, of course, it means I cut back on other things. So like my personal life has to be sacrificed for that. Some luxuries you need to put away to put back into the studio. And hopefully people can get a career out of it. And many parents will come to my studio with a child and ask me, do you live on art? And I'm in a studio, what do they think I'm doing? I'm living on art already. And if the child is also interested, the interest is more important, they can become an artist. Learning yourself is very important. Learning what is, putting your priorities right also. Sometimes we want luxuries more than our career, but I've learned from any career, the more you put into it, the more it will give you. Any career. If you leave it alone, it will leave you alone. Yes. So basically, we don't do funding. We just work with and also it's a community. Somebody joins, and they also start contributing with paying time, energy, work.
The mentees, the people you mentor, you do it at no cost at all.
Yeah, there's no cost at all. For mentees, no cost. There are people who come for classes. They want to learn basics like how to work with lighting, shadow, charcoal, drawing, paint, and so there's a specific course we do, 26 classes, and they pay for that. And then there are those who come from high school, and they're maybe from the background that they don't have enough, and we work with them again, creating a portfolio. Maybe they can join at college. And then there are those who come from college and want to join the market. And then they need this environment to know how to work as an artist. Again, those ones we provide space for people.
Have you mentored artists who've been able to be as successful as you are and well known as you are?
I've mentored many people. Success, I don't know what we measure by success.
Yeah.
Some people say money is success, but I think for me, art is, the meaning of success in art is being able to show your work. I have artists who show around the world right now. I have artists living already in Europe. It's people who came from the slums and they've gone through the studio. I have artists showing, right now about 3 artists are showing in Nairobi. And all over the world, we have many.
In Kenya, the education system has not embraced art as much as it should. Many parents discourage their children from getting into the art scene. What do you think about this? What's your take on this?
I think our parents, when they were growing up, white-collar jobs are very important, or just a job. In other countries, I've seen people embraced a lot of different things to art. In Kenya, it's been like that. But also it was upon the artists, let's say musicians, actors, painters. When people see you and you don't live a good lifestyle, they don't want their children to be like that. It's just that many people used to relax. Let's say many artists are very free-spirited, and their lifestyles were very random. So parents were afraid of something like that. You want your child to have a living. Many of us used to be just like that. Like me, I didn't have many people to look up to as artists. Very few who were making it, and I tried to copy their lifestyle. You never know the future, what is going to make the child. And I would ask the parents to work with the child. If you don't support them at home, how do you expect somebody else to support them? You want your child to sell artwork, and you're not even providing that avenue, inviting people to try and buy. You have to take part in that. If your own homestead does not help you, outside there it's very hard. But it's possible. My mom told me, if the guy who's roasting maize for Kona Valley is always selling, why can't art sell also?
That's it for this show, where we got to hear from an art entrepreneur who took us through his journey as an artist. I will leave you with a quote: "Art speaks where words are unable to explain."